All right, so today is August 18th, and we're going to be doing the analysis for this week, seeing where we want to be buyers and where we want to be sellers. So, uh, last week, last couple weeks, it's kind of made its push down to this lower channel, had a really strong bullish movement, and kind of making its way back down. Currently, it's around that 78.6 after that big bull move. So uh, price has some room to go lower. It does. But I think on this chart, since the 4 hour is it's having kind of a buy trigger, and also we have some good targets to the upside. I think I'm more of a buyer this week on the Euro USD. So if I take my drawing tool here, sorry, um, I think if this level holds, we kind of make it um, maybe a short um, sell right here at the bottom of change control, and this support and resistance level right there. Uh, if it makes its higher highs or test, we might be looking for maybe a longer trade up to into this region where we have nice support at this region right here. So those are definitely maybe if you can get a weekly above this level. Just be careful because we do have above the change control, we have this region where having some consolidation of the negative 23.6, some other Fibonacci's and some support. So if this definitely breaks, we're looking for definitely an end target for this region. So those are some things to look out for the Euro USD this week. We'll move on. Aussie, definitely the stochastics, the FM transformer, really not giving us too much. It's kind of in the middle on the 4 hour, on the weekly, on the daily. It's kind of made its a real push down, as you can kind of tell right there. Made a slight upturn, but didn't quite break it right there. So we're kind of forming like if you look at it, we're kind of forming like a little bearish like pendant flag. So if it kind of bumps in here, it can either break out that way or break out that way. Those are my two options. So depending when it does, if it breaks out, we can um, look for some selling opportunities around here. I think that's a decent level because you have the negative 23.6. You have also some support right there. And then anything below this region, I think would be a great buying opportunity. And maybe a weekly or a daily down here, I think that might be a good opportunity. So now just remember, if it does break this level and then retest, now we're looking for maybe more of a sell. So just be aware of that, okay? All right, so we'll move on. Let me move on to the next chart. The GDP USD, we're in kind of this channel. We've had a really nice sell-off right here. Kind of made it back up to that 38.2. So currently, you can kind of see the 4 hour chart kind of making its way over. So I'm more of a seller this week on this one. I'm not going to sell blindly, but if it makes its way down past this negative 61.6 or 61.8, I might be looking for maybe a spread down to this region, um, or if it makes it down right there, I might be a buyer, a quick buyer right there, because we do have some targets to the downside, to this other trend level. So just be aware. So maybe trying to get some quick buy trades right here. Now, if it does make its way down, all the way down here, then we might be looking for some weeklies down in, or some buy, maybe dailies or weeklies here. But we'll see what the chart does for us this week. All right, so we'll go on to the next chart, which is the Euro GDP. Kind of like in this chart, so we have a lot of room, some structure up here at the top, which I'm hoping that this chart can make it up into like these regions. So if it can maybe have a quick sell trigger right here, but if it makes it above this, I'm liking targets up into this region right here. So anything in this, I would be a nice seller. So trying to get above this support, which is about 9,500. So anything above here for maybe a weekly or selling a weekly or selling a daily, if you can, make sure you're getting a good price for it. Don't just sell blindly. Make sure it's making it up there and showing some change control. You can see on the 4-hour, the stochastic is kind of oversold right now, so we do have room for the upside. So we'll see where this chart goes this week. Now, if it does make it lower, so if it breaks that level, it might make it down to the bottom trend line and might make its way back up. So that's a good buying opportunity, kind of right in this region at that -61 and then that trend level. You also possibly have some support like right in this region. If it breaks it, that might be, oops, that's a big marker. So if it breaks it and holds, we might be making it down. So really just you're reacting to the market. So you're not predicting the market. You're basically saying, okay, tell me what you want. Tell me what you're doing, and then I'm going to react. So if it comes down here, maybe a quick buy. If it breaks, retest, I might be a seller. I'm sorry if that looks all messy, but all right. So let's move on to the next one. And the next one is the USD JPY. I'm kind of, conflicted on this chart. I think we had a big sell-off last week, and just because of the news and everything that's happening in the markets right now. But big sell-off, kind of touched that support in that 38. So I think I'm more of a seller this week on this chart, to be honest with you. If it makes its way down into like this all-time low region where that green level is, I honestly might be a buyer anywhere in this region, and hoping that it comes down and kind of retest off that. You can see from this Fibonacci, you have the negative 23 completion, so that I think that would be my full target right there to do that one. And then you also have some support right here. This is that one longer. I'll just show you. So if we go, oops, sorry. Where's that green one? Huh, that's weird. Never mind. I don't know what happened to that green level, but if you look, we have some. If you look to the left, I might have to go on the weekly. Okay, here it is. So this long wick is that green level right here, where you have a lot of completion zones. So if price does make its way down, which is a reasonable push down here, but if it does, then we can be definitely a nice buyer right in that region. If you're starting to see maybe a completion or a pullback right in this region, you might want to think about a spread all the way down to this region. So definitely some trades on the the USD JPY this week. And I think that completes it. I think I have the next chart, GDP JPY, but I'm not going to do that chart. But thank you for listening. I hope this gives you some good ideas for this week to kind of think about and a good analysis of the markets. Just remember just to be patient, wait for change control, and kind of wait for your trades. If the trade doesn't happen, so if the market doesn't make its way up here, you know, and it's like it don't, and you're going to be a seller right there, you don't trade, and if you don't trade, you don't lose any money. So just make sure you're reacting to the market. You're not just predicting it. So I think that's one of the big key take home messages. You don't want, if you try to predict it, you're going to lose almost every single time. So you definitely want to be a reactive trader. Thank you for listening. Appreciate it. And remember, build knowledge and build wealth.